He's in an unusual situation, Deirdre, compared to what we've seen over the last few weeks, where largely he's been on the run and then eventually in Guatemala after leaving Belize and then spending some time in a Guatemalan prison. Now he's in Miami with, I guess you could say, a little bit of downtime compared to what we have seen, but not with anything resolved in the sense that, as you pointed out, he is still wanted for questioning in the death of his neighbor in Belize. He has no plans to go to Belize and talk to the authorities there. He says he's happy to talk by phone, as he has said in the past, but has no expectations that that's going to happen because he says the authorities want him there. So what happens with his money, with much of his fortune still tied up there? We asked him about that, and here's what he had to say.
I'm attempting to as we speak, and I'm not sure if I can. We'll see. The money doesn't bother me. I'm still healthy. I'm 67. I'm very creative. Making money is not the problem in life. Any idiot can make money. Keeping money is the problem. I could sell my real estate holdings there. I've got tons of property in Belize, cars and trucks and assets of all sorts. That would be one way of recouping.
As for how that's going to happen, no specifics from John McAfee as of yet. Deirdre?
And John, we know McAfee is speaking to the press in part because he does maintain his innocence. How does this fit in with the larger picture of what's going on?
Yeah, well, there are two things. You're right. He continues to try to set the record straight, at least as how he sees things. And then the other thing is some people who have been following this story closely have heard of the two women he'd been living with in Belize, Sam and Amy. Sam had followed him on the run while he was on the run in Belize for some period of time there. He said to us today that they are basically in a small village in Guatemala right now, and he's concerned for them. Here's what he had to say on that front.
My fear is that they will be caught by the Belizean authorities, and I will start receiving envelopes with fingers in them until I return, and I would have to return. I know it sounds paranoid or crazy. If it were Mexico, you wouldn't think about it. Yeah, they do those things in Mexico and surrounding countries, but not Belize.
But he again has said if there's no change in government in Belize, he has no plans of going back.
All right, and speaking of going back or not going back, I mean, most of his money is still there, right, John?
That's our understanding as best as he tells the story to us. He did say that he does have money in bank accounts in the U.S. when we asked him the question, well, how do you live in the meantime? Also, on the business side, we asked him whether or not he's got any plans for new ventures, and he said he is going back to what he had actually been doing in Belize, basically going through the jungle to do research to find topical antibiotics, and not really, again, getting into any specifics on how he's going to build that business while he's not in Belize or where he's going to go to build that business, but that's what he says his plans are.